We are continuing to work on Void War and getting wins on the B ships. Which last time we beat the Fortress Bane, I think was the last one. So I believe we're on the Fieldpiercer? The Fieldpiercer. Time for some demons in space. So, ow, I just pinched my finger on my desk. Ouch. So let's see what the Fieldpiercer looks like. This one looks almost like an NG, a little bit like an NG ship in FTL. Kind of a square, circular shaped gray ship. It's got some flux priests, which are the Zoltans of this game. Neat looking ship. It looks like a tick to me. Like it's got this little point that wants to suck your blood. So we have two flux priests. Flux priests give power to nearby friendly system. So apparently nearby means whatever system room you're in. I think that must be what nearby means. Poison, suffocation, resistance, and explodes on death. It also ionizes systems on death. That's pretty interesting. So we have two of those, and an assault cyborg with really high health. Poison, suffocation, resistance. Reduces maximum power of nearby enemy systems. And can teleport. So an assault cyborg, this looks like one of the fun things to try to use. This ship makes you think about slugs, and now taters hate its hit. What's up, Wifeonomics? Yes, hope you're having a great day as well, my friend. Systems and subsystems take half damage from fires. And it has a burst laser 2 and an ion to start. This ship looks really overpowered, to be honest. Really good weapons. A crew that can board. This guy looks pretty badass. Let's see if there's a new commander we want to unlock. How many have we not unlocked? 1, 2, 3. We've only not unlocked 3. So what is a priestess? She can stun hostile crew on the current ship for 4 seconds. So she has to board. But 4 second stun for everybody on the ship. That's pretty crazy. Archmage. Get like he's got a couple slots for some psyker things and a weapon. That's pretty cool. And a cannibal. Gains life on kill. Kills grant 1 DPS for the duration of the encounter. Attacks slow enemy crew. Cannot rest. Oh, okay. So this guy needs to kill to heal. That's pretty crazy. Alright, well, we don't have to start with boarding, so I think the two people that either want to kill or stun on enemy ships aren't going to work. Let's try Archmage. Archmage. This guy probably, with his 2 psyker slots, would be pretty good for, he looks cool. For, like, using some cool psyker abilities. You're super out of the loop. Is Void War kind of like FTL? Yes. Void War is if FTL and Warhammer 40k had a baby. It's almost exactly the same mechanics as FTL with added stuff. The most interesting added stuff, in my opinion, are there are a lot of crew abilities in this game. Way more than FTL has. So. Alright, let's check out the Fieldpiercer with an Archmage commander. Let's see what we got going on here. Alright, so let's put... I want to put 2 guys in shields. I think I eventually will put 2 guys in shields. For now, put this guy in weapon. Actually, I'm gonna do what I don't ever do in FTL. Let's put a Zoltan on weapons for now, because this guy. Actually, I'm gonna put this guy in shields. I think shields is the least important early game thing. So if I need to board, I want to lose my shield manning bonus if I'm gonna board. Alright, what do we got here? Systems of arguments and modules. Okay, I don't know if I'm gonna scratch anything there early, but you can rest when you're dead. Yeah, that's the strategy for that cannibal dude, I guess. Well, our heavy ion lance does 1 shot for 5 ion damage, and our first shot missed. Great start. Great start. 50% repair speed, okay. Is this game just as salty as FTL? Not yet. Okay, well that was effing worthless because it didn't get a single hit. Thanks, Heavy Ion Lance. Hasn't been as salty yet because I'm not playing at the highest level difficulty. And if I'm ignorant of the best way to play, I don't get as mad if I don't make the best plays. Part of the frustration with FTL is I'll feel like I make good choices and still lose because that's how punishing FTL is. This game probably is like that at the highest level, but I'm not there yet. So, this is 40k meets FTL? Yeah, that's exactly what this is. Alright, so I could just get second shield. And I think I might do that and skip the early stores. Crew, systems, modules. Could check the stores for armaments and systems and modules. Let's see if we get anything I want to sell here. Although there are some things that have made me pretty salty in this game. There's a mechanic where if your commander dies, you just insta-lose the game. You don't like continue without your commander. You can't bring him back to life or clone him. It's just an instant loss. And my saltiest moment was probably when, like I mentioned, there's a lot of crew abilities. There was an enemy crew that abducted my guy right as my weapons were in the air to kill the enemy ship. So we got abducted and instantly died when I didn't even know we got abducted, and then I lost the run and I didn't know what happened. I had to sit there and review the video to even understand why I lost. And I really don't like that mechanic. That's my biggest gripe with the game. But hopefully I've been trying to play around it better. It's really punishing though. It's like those bad guys in the Fifth Element just shoot the leader. Those bad guys in the Fifth Element shoot the leader. Oh yeah, because they all get scared. Anybody else want to negotiate? After he shoots the leader in the head. True, it's kind of like that. And this Heavy Ion Lance I kind of don't really care for that much. Alright. Don't want to get an early free Machine Slave. Yeah, I do. Alright. Machine Slave. That frees up this guy from being on shields. I can actually, let's put you on weapons and you on shields. You can be on sensors and then you'll board if there's a loot crate. Loot crates are one of my favorite things they added to the game. Enemies can have these little loot crates on their ship, and if you loot them, you get free stuff. But you have to board them, so. But it's definitely worth doing, because it's very, what's the word? Rewarding to loot the loot crate. We love free stuff around here. We definitely do. Free stuff is the best stuff. Okay, triple dodge. Cool, fair and balanced. 15% chance for that to happen. 3 times in a row. Can this stun? Does this have a stun chance? No, it doesn't. Alright, there we go. There's a fire. Alright, so if our commander's on piloting, we get a 5% dodge bonus, I believe. Alright. Burst Laser 2 by itself in this game is not that good. Burst Laser 2 by itself in FTL is not amazing, but it's a much faster charge time. This is a 16-second charge time, so it's pretty darn slow. At least they don't seem to run as often in this game, it seems like. I guess I could board to stop him from repairing. I don't need to do that. Don't need to. The enemy crew spinning and flying off into the space is always fun at the end. Why did I take a breach? Just because bullshit? Okay. We took double breach for reasons, I guess. These guys are suffocation resistant, actually, so... Are you suffocation resistant? Yes, you are, too. I'm gonna try to spread out the health damage from suffocation here. Go. Alright, cool. You apparently are not suffocation resistant. Yeah. Okay. Probably go look for crew contracts. Let me get 1 power right now. 1 power lets me get my full dodge when I move power from option to engines. This guy has an ion and a bolt cannon. With Zoltan shield, he can do damage to us. Nice. Hopefully asteroids will hit him. Oh, we got poison. Okay. There we go. Doesn't do anything to us, that's fine. Find these weapons if I can. Beautiful. Pop, pop, pop. Okay, good. Neural Lance. 1 shot, 2 charges, stuns all crew. Well, that's another crappy weapon. I think I'd rather have the Soul Barrage. Ooh, it's a 2 projectile Soul Barrage. That's great to put on my main dude. Alright, I'm gonna put that on W. It's a 14-second charge time, so we won't have our dodge at the beginning of the fight if I use it, but it can get some shields down early in the fight. W. I'm gonna carve you up. You're gonna try. You gonna try. I think his weapon's offline. Nice. Why does our weapon turn red when we eye on it? I don't know why that happens. Alright, that should hit. Beautiful. Scott! Thank you for the 10 months of Prime Savage, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Amazing, amazing support. Powering up warp drives. Let's stop the piling from doing that. I don't think you can charge while this piling's busted. Gotta open those doors. Move crew to room for manual operation. I have no door system. What the F? Oh, well that's what's special about this ship. Okay. Do I have anybody that's fire resistant? I don't. Oh, well, that's bad. I literally have no way to put out fires except crew. Another fire just happened, even though I didn't hear the sound. Oh, it spread is what happened. Okay. We have no doors, so that's why we have that take half damage from fires, but it's only my systems. Okay. Okay, this guy actually can't damage us. Okay. Well, that was scary. I learned that I had no doors. And it was a not fun thing to learn about that. It's Rock B. Yeah, I guess this ship is Rock B, I guess. You're wondering what the catch was with this ship? Yeah. Well, we finally learned. It just took me a bit to understand what it was. So the catch is we can't put out fires. With doors, anyway. Hopefully we can buy doors at stores. Okay. Okay, so I could give him the boarding ability. Okay, so I can... Let's do this. Let's have boarding be Q for him. Projectile there. And then E for you. So I have 2 different guys I can board with now. Alright. I wish I could find some loot crates. I definitely want to check the store for crew. One thing that we have learned from this game, from like YouTube commenters and playing the game ourselves, is that there are a lot of events with blue options, just like FTL, but since there's so many different crew types in the game, getting a bunch of different crew types can actually be huge for getting free stuff. So let's wait and see what happens. Free stuff. Cool. Alright, so let's see if we can get some dudes we don't have. We have Flux Priest and Machine Slaves currently. Oh no, these are Flux Priests or Machine Priests is what they are. Okay. Alright, what do we got? Death Cultist, War Cultist, Imperial Citizens. We got 3 different crew types. Can't afford all of them. Projectile that slows. Does 15 crew damage and toxic gas. So I could get a Death and a War Cultist if I want to get 2. So you come with the stun projectile, you come with the slow projectile. Okay, not that useful. Oh, a healing projectile. You know what? I'm going to get the Imperial guy. That actually looks like the best crew. I can only afford 1 of them if I do this, but heals are huge. A free heal every jump seems awesome. Let's get the Imperial guy, and let's use the heal. We can use it twice per jump, I believe. Alright. So I don't have anything to sell if I wanted to get another crew. Alright. We'll make this R for rejuvenate for right now. Let's put you on. I was going to put you on doors, but I don't actually have doors to put you on. So, put you on sensors, I guess. Let's get close so they can both board quickly if I need to. All right, let's go fight some demons. Demons in space. Okay, this guy can get through my shields. Unless I eye on his weapons, then he can't. He doesn't have a greater demon heart, so he won't summon demons. Unless this guy summons demons, he does, doesn't he? Skeletons, I guess it is. Okay, good. Alright, quick and easy fight. Deal with a couple skeletons in space and we're fine. Actually, I probably should have saved that Lancer if he started his summon animation and maybe could have stopped him. Oh, I learned something new, RPG. I did get a comment on one of my YouTube videos recently that when enemies die, you do auto-dodge projectiles. I actually just saw there another example of that. The demon projectiles that were going to spawn skeletons were here. The fight ended, and then they disappeared. But apparently, as soon as the animation for the enemy dying starts, you auto-dodge any projectiles that are currently in the air, is what it looks like happens. It's never explained anywhere, but that's what a YouTube commenter said. That definitely agrees with what we've seen. It definitely agrees. Technocult, Desolate. We always want to go to exclusion zones. Last time we had a 4 exclusion zone path. This time we only have a single one. So let's go to Technocult, I guess. Nice change, I agree, because it happens for enemy ships in FTL. It's nice that it happens for your ships in Void War. Machine Shrine. Do I want to influence to get more Machine Priest kind of people? Could maybe get me an NG. I will consider it. I do want a weapon upgrade though. Alright, our first loot crates. And we got a free flak too. Alright, nice. should have done this already. No, EW. Wait for this shot to fire. It's undodgeable. We have 8% chance to dodge while our guy's doing his ability there. Is flak insane in this like it is in FTL? I would say all weapons are a little weaker in this game than FTL, because all weapons are slower from my experience. Burst Laser 2, which is what the Storm 2 is an equivalent of, has, I believe, a 12-second charge time. In this game, it's 16 seconds. And shields seem to regenerate slightly faster in this game, and projectiles seem a little bit slower. So in general, I would say weapons feel a little weaker in this game. However, modules, which are the equivalent of augments in this game, are a lot stronger, or at least certain augments are really, really good. So it's a bit of a trade-off, I'd say. I'd like to get like another 1-power weapon if I could. I want to skip the shrine and go down to the ship armaments right here. But there are some 2-power 3-shot weapons, and they are good, but the downside is they're slower than in FTL, so they're not as straight up way better in this game like they are in FTL. Alright. Imperial Citizen paid off for free 60 scrap. Nice. Nice. Like, there are these things called lance weapons, which are always pre-ignited at the beginning of a fight, but they only have a certain number of shots you can take. So like this Neural Lance starts fight pre-charged, it bypasses shields, but you can only use it twice. Now Neural Lance is kind of a crappy one. This heavy ion lance that does 5 ion damage at the start of the fight seems pretty good. But my favorite are the ones, there's one that does a breach that can spawn enemy crew, and ones that just do flat hole damage are really strong. Right, 4 projectiles for 2 power, but does no hull damage. 1 power for 2 shots, that does no hull damage. Okay. Doors! I want to buy some doors. Alright, what am I gonna do? I think I'm gonna buy the 1 power magnetic pulse. I can get that online right now. I won't sell this flak 2 we just got. I'm gonna buy doors. I'll put them right over here, I guess. And then have you man the doors. I'm gonna upgrade my weapons and power. Alright, there we go. So we have 2 extra shots that will only stun crew. Projectile speed is 600, so this is like a little mini flak, I think. Can I fire at him? No, I can't. You can fire at enemy ships after the fight is over in this game, but apparently you can't fight with a store after you've already traded with them. Attack the war cult vessel! What do we got? 2 shots, 4 shots in total. Okay. Get his weapons offline if we can. Darn. Okay, he set me on fire. Wow, that's friggin' rude. But I do have doors, so I could have just vented that, actually, and I should have vented that. Rude, bro. Rude. Here's the fart music, RPG. Nope, this is a stun weapon. I should have stunned that. Alright, get stunned, bro. Is that what you call the dinosaur sound or whatever? And 29 scrap. And a riot shield, okay. Stuns nearby enemies for 5 seconds on kill, minus move speed. have only one guy that can use a tool, apparently, currently. Alright. Dinosaur sounds are different. You'll let me know when they're happening. Okay, yeah, you let me know when those dinosaur sounds are happening. I'm gonna make sure we're clear on all the weird sounds that you're hearing in the music. Repair would be a little wasted, so we'll get another machine slave. Put him on. Oh, I can use my heal, which is R. Oops, I should have healed you as well. 15% HP. You'll probably be full health anyway. Let's get door hack, I guess. Door manning. It literally sounds like a T-Rex roaring. Well, how can you literally know that when we've never heard a T-Rex? Yeah, it's maybe it sounds like T-Rex from Jurassic Park or something. All right, level 2 sensor blue option. That's nice. Few shots. Should be able to damage us. Oh, I was pre-ignited for some reason. Must have been a bonus on this event. Since we don't have real T-Rex, your conclusion comes from fiction. Okay. I was just... It's literally this. Well, it's an extinct animal, an extinct dinosaur that we wouldn't know what it sounds like, so I don't know how it can literally be that. Okay. Alright. I could put this on my bar and do another 1 power weapon upgrade, actually. Do we have a store anytime soon? We're doing a little bit. And we change our loadout to be this. Oh, that's the 3 power weapon. Why did I think that was a 1 power weapon? 3 power, 5 ion damage in 30 seconds. What a piece of crap weapon. This thing I thought was bad in 27 seconds. At least it does hull damage. 30 seconds for a 0 damage weapon. Piece of crap. And it's also a 1 projectile, so if it gets dodged, you just spent 30 seconds to charge a weapon that can't do any damage and can be dodged. Wow, what a trash tier weapon that is. I'll tell you how I really feel, chat. I could go black 2 instead of this, and maybe I will, but alright, well, that weapon upgrade. For some reason, I thought that was a 1 power thing. What's special about this ship? Apparently, it starts with no doors. That's what's special about it. Started with no doors, and I didn't realize until we were at a solar flare and a fire started and I couldn't vent it. But thankfully, we've been able to purchase doors in the meantime. This guy I don't think can do damage to us anyway. Since this is Warhammer 40k, it would be a squigosaur, not a dinosaur, huh? Isn't that what it would be, huh? High on the piloting, no running away allowed. Okay, wow, these fires are just spreading instantly. Okay. Glad I have doors. I needed to use this ability. Okay. Well, since this is mimicking Warhammer 40k, but it's not allowed to be exactly like Warhammer 40k. If Warhammer 40k is called Squigosaur, they'd make something that looks exactly the same, but change the name a little bit and call it like a Squidosaur or something. Because that's what this game does. It makes it exactly like what its inspiration was, and then changes the name slightly. So they have Chaos Knights instead of whatever they're called in Warhammer 40k, and War Cults and stuff like that. Right, so they can't damage us, I don't think. Yeah. Oh, right, I know. Wink, wink, it's not Warhammer 40k. It's totally different. You're surprised it doesn't do that 5 ion damage in 5 shots or something, not to mention the 5 power cost for 30 seconds. That should be like 15 or 10 seconds. I agree. I think that weapon is trash tier. So I will not be using it. I did not mean to board. I meant to use your special ability. Hotkeys are all weird. I should probably set up hotkeys in such a way, or crew ability hotkeys, where I always do the same thing. Like Q is always board, which I currently am doing. W is always a projectile or something. It's like most things, not a mistake, it's a feature. You think there's something called open floor plan design. You understand it's popular in offices. Wouldn't have thought it would make much sense in starships. Maybe the next innovation will be bringing the outside in. Oh, a burst laser Mark 1. 2 power for 2 shots. Okay. Or I can get the Purify ability, which is badass. Do I have a slot for the Purify ability? I do. I could make this guy have heal and Purify. Ooh, this is a tough choice. I want both of these rewards. It's Battle Maul 39999. Yeah, because Warhammer 40k would be completely different. So Purify could protect us from mind control, and mind control has lost us crew before. Damn, I want that weapon, but I'm going to take the Purify ability and give it to our Healy boy. Alright, so R is heal, T is Purify. Purify, for those who don't know, makes you protected from status effects and cleanse status effects. And there are a lot of status effects in this game. There's poison, slow, stun, immobilize, mind control, curse, and there's one that makes your DPS be reduced. So it clears all those. It doesn't help you against venting, apparently, but everything else. Alright. Systems, modules, and ship armaments, or I can go for crew. I want one of those, I'm not sure which. Probably the modules. So if I get a pre-igniter, I'd definitely use Fusillade. Alright. Board it. Heavy Energy Lance. Now that is a much better lance. This one does 5 ion damage. This one just does 2 hull damage. And charges way faster. Jeez. Okay. Okay, my weapon upgrade from earlier now is definitely worth. Now if we can get that module, that lance weapons, insta-charge another weapon, we could have a crazy good build here. Another tool. I do have yeah, I'm going to put the tool now. 10 HP, alright. Put the guy with higher health on weapons. He gets bored in there, hope he doesn't get insta-gibbed. Yeah, sick for modules and ship armaments here. Alright, what do we got? Oh, we got the repair beam. This might be one of the most OP systems in the game. It's an artillery that is a beam you can aim. It uses 1 missile per time you fire it, but it has a 50% chance to heal your hull per room it hits. It's crazy good. What are the module choices? For every other weapon you fire, gain a force shield. It's not bad. Dark matter prism, meh. First time your ship fires a weapon, it always hits. That would be pretty awesome with the flak, actually. So I'm 100% buying the Hull Reaper. Can I afford the Ghost Link Focus Reticule? My first volley guaranteed hits. That would be awesome with my 7-shot flak. I can afford if I sell some things. I might not sell the other lance, so I might use that. Man likes missiles? No. I like an artillery that kind of uses missiles. Actually, okay, the lance will be guaranteed to hit with this thing, rather than using the flak. Yeah, so we can guarantee get a weapon offline with this module. There have been bugs lately. There was like some sort of little mini bee or no, it wasn't a bee, like a wasp been flying around I had to take care of. Now there's a gnat in my face. Why are there bugs in my apartment? Bugs, you are not allowed. Yeah, we'll go with that for now. Alright, let's go visit some death cults. Death cultists. Alright, so Bone Shrine would make us more likely to find death cultists. Which maybe I would want to do that. What are his weapons? He has a burst laser mark too, basically. So let's get his weapons down. Let's W his shields. Uh-oh, what do we have? Drained and slowed. Okay, that's not a big deal. Oh, they interrupted my guy's ability with that drain. That's annoying. Ah, but I interrupted you right back. Get wrecked. And I could use my new Reaper Beam to kill you and potentially get some free heals. Full health. Beautiful. Reaper Beam is so OP, man. We just used one missile to heal for 3 or 4 damage. Super busted. Super busted. I don't see a store anytime soon. Let me get 1 power. Alright, he has Siege Bombard. 3 and 4 shots. Okay, well then let's get some weapons offline. Undodgeable thing. This guy. Not immune to poison. Good, he didn't dodge. Holy crap, that's a lot of poison, bro. Jesus, these guys are just poison me for days. They'll beat me down to death. Frickin' hell. Firing and piloting. That might be the first time I've got a fire and piloting from the solar flare, or at least that I've noticed. Let me use your heal ability. Alright, do we want to make us more likely to find death cultists in stores? Well, we don't even have a crew store until later. There are a lot of summons that death cultists can do, so sure, let's go to a Bone Shrine. Alright. Can my O2 please come back? Thank you. What do we have? We have a missile. Let's make that a non-usable missile. He's dead. 65 scrap. And pledge myself to the god of death. I think that'll make us take damage. Oh god, it's this. We get boarded by a bunch of zombies. Okay, I forgot about this. Okay. They are in this room. Are they immune to venting? No, okay. Okay, you're healed. Please don't die, dude. Oh, there's poison in that room. Jesus Christ. Okay, go deal with these dudes. go in there. No dying, sir. Okay. Alright, commander cannot rest. It's okay. We have a heal. I can make sure we heal everybody who needs the heal. Why can't I close my doors? Because my doors are broken. Ooh, okay. I forgot that that's what happens when you have a friggin' death cultist attack. Nice. Alright, well, we survived it. Let's wait for the doors to fix and the O2 to turn back on. Alright. We did that so that we can find death cultists at store so I can have death cultists for blue options. That's the reason I did that. Chip armaments, consumables, systems, modules, consumables. I'm still looking for systems, like a heal bay would be nice. Fast scrap, okay. Love that free stuff, baby. Okay, empty jump is empty though. Okay, what do we got? Ancient Citronome, 5 to 22 damage to all enemy crew at the start of every fight. It's pretty cool. It's kind of expensive. Consumables restore HP to all friendly crew in addition to their normal effect. That's nice. Crew will stun nearby enemy crew for 8 seconds when destroying a door. Oh, shield charger and heal bay. Okay, getting shield charger 100%, and we're getting heal bay as well. And we'll do a 4-person heal bay right over here. Beautiful. All right, very nice systems to get online. Shield charger is like a kind of like a Zoltan shield, but you have to turn it on. It only lasts for a certain amount of time. So it's actually kind of better than Zoltan shield. Well, different. Maybe not better. Okay, that missile does do hull damage. He had a level 3 version of it. That's pretty BS. Too much poison in this sector. Why you gotta poison me, bro? 43 scrap and extinguish all fire tool that I don't have a slot for, or just 68 scrap. Let's take more scrap. More scrap is more better. More money, more better. Alright, we got a loot crate. We're gonna dual board here. Beautiful. Alright, very nice. And what does he got? A missile. Get rid of that. No missiles allowed. I don't have a way to stun their crew, do I? No. Oh, I do if this hits. But they've already... Okay, I interrupted that. Nice. No shield, stun that. Okay. That's a really good deal. 65 scrap, yes. Nice, and that gets rid of their boarding crew when we accept that. Man, I wonder what kind of reward we would have got for finishing them off, but man, 60-something scrap for me not killing you? I'll take that deal. Alright, so we do have a major threat, and I definitely want third shield before that, so I'm going to do that upgrade right now. Third shield up. Okay, investigate. Let's see. Starship of the Death Cult, it's on fire. There may be survivors. I'm gonna try to rescue them and hope I don't lose a crew. Nice, we got a Death Cultist. Beautiful. That will hopefully lead to some blue options. And his ability is a projectile that slows. Meh. Come on. What are you doing? Trying to drag this thing over here. Okay. Not a super useful ability, but hey, it is an ability. Another day, another void. What's up, Darren? How you doing? Another day, another void. Alright, do we have a greater demon heart? No, just a normal one. 2 ion shots. Okay. 3 shields. We should be pretty safe here. Trying to use my beam to stay at full health. 1 shot per fight, keeping me super healthy. 68 scrap and munitions, beautimous. Alright, let's get some power. Keep power here. Okay. Feeling kind of strong currently. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get another weapon online. Actually, if I get 1 more weapon power, I can use the weapon lance and heavy lance and then swap to fusillade. Probably what I want to work towards before the boss fight. Alright, we got a siege bombard. 1, 2, 3, 4 shots. And a beam. Okay. Again, that's a pretty good deal. I'm going to turn this one down. 62 scraps, pretty good. But I'm going to see if we get something better for turning down a 62 scrap deal. 39. Nope, I should have taken the 62 scrap deal. So that makes me glad that I took the 60 whatever scrap deal last time. Makes me a little sad I didn't take it that time. So, alright, major threat is usually a really good reward, I think. Should be able to do a weapon upgrade and some power before the boss fight. They have damage from a prior incident. Let's capitalize. So much poison. Stop farting on my ship. Doesn't smell good. Alright, so if I go ahead and do weapon... 1 weapon upgrade to 1 power, I can swap from heavy lance to fusillade. Once we've done our 2 shots. Although maybe I want to charge... What's the fastest charging weapon? 12, 16. So maybe I actually want to start with... Maybe I start this way, and then I swap to Storm 2. That maybe is better? Yeah, I'll go with that, I guess. It's gonna be a long fight, so let's be in it for the long haul. Alright, shield an area. So we got the hostile projectile protection thing. We have fiend summoning. And minus DPS. Alright, first things first. Your ability is E. Get my loots going. I think the subspace warhead is what I want to get offline. I haven't found any weapons yet, have I? I don't think so. These are shield charge once they're doing their thing. Okay, so we got a free photon beam too. Very nice. Okay, there's the projectile coming in. I can't block that. Okay, that sucks. I need that to not be offline. I don't know which direction my projectiles are coming through. Okay, good. It came from a good direction. That's good for us. Here comes his projectiles while my thing is down. That sucks. Swap to the storm. Okay. Nice. He has no shields. Try to break the projectiles with my stunny boy that doesn't do any damage anyway. Let's see. Slows them. That's not going to do anything for us. Okay. Nice. Keep that down. Stun them if I can. Boarding. Okay, there's the fiend. I've been waiting for him to show up. You fiend! Oh god, they did that and the skeletons at the same time, or the ghouls. If I can force them in the heal bay, that would be good. Jesus. Okay. Whose hurts? Oh, they stole a crew. Okay, that could have been really bad. Glad I noticed it. Okay. Okay, they stunned. They got stunned somehow. And I'm drained. Jeez. Purify. Purify. Purify for the win. Got in there before they broke that. Good. Okay, they abducted my pilot to immediately bring him back. Can I use this right now? I can, right? Yes. Ooh, it's a challenging fight. Okay. Reinforcements. Alright, only 3 health left. He's got all his shield bullshit up right now. Okay. Please don't abduct this entire room. Okay, good. You use your heal ability on this room. Damn it, they keep abducting my pilot. Piece of shit. Stop it. Rude. Come on, shield thingy wear off. Okay, shield thingy has worn off. Now one more volley will hopefully finish them. Jesus, that is like the 8th time? I don't know. 4th time? 3rd time that they've ducked my damn pilot. F you, dude. I can't repair my piloting because they keep... This warhead is charging faster than I can repair a system. That's bullshit is what that is. Please, for the love of God, let me finish this. Why are you standing in a vented room? Please die. There it is. Okay. Holy crap, that was a tough fight. 130 scrap. And this does like weird random summoning things, I think. Single projectile, not that good. And a fiend to help deal with borders. This is what I often get. And then I get mind controlled and it screws me. But I do have Purify this time. So I'm going to go ahead and get this guy to help deal with borders. Let's try to heal everybody. Okay, that was a painful fight, but a lucrative fight. Excuse me. Okay. Alright, what did I get for that? We got a photon beam. Seconds, 19 seconds. If I do one more weapon upgrade. Actually, let's check the crew choices first. Before I spend more upgrades here. What do we got? Alright, Death Cultist with Poison Projectile, Imperial Citizen. I have an Imperial with a Flaming Projectile and another Death Cultist. Summon Ghouls is very strong, though. Imperial, Death, Death, Imperial, Death, Death, okay. Photon Beam isn't a fancy name for a flashlight. Yeah. Alright. Being able to summon dudes is pretty good. I'm gonna grab this Necromancer guy. I'm gonna throw you this room. And let's give that a Y. Yeah, shortcut. Whoops, Y there. Alright. How much health am I missing? Decent chunk. Let me heal for like 4. Okay. I want to get stun. Stun is a very good ability. I think I might want to replace this. Yeah. It only cost me 10 to, instead of slowing enemies, which seems terrible, I'd rather stun enemies in a room so they can't repair. So let's do that. This ability seems like trash. Trash, I say. Alright, so let's do a weapon upgrade. Alright. And am I going to keep this Flak 2 and this other lance? I could sell them, but if I'm not buying anything with the money, I'll hold on to it, because if we get some modules that could be very good, it might be worth getting. Oh, here's another summon guy. 3 Rot Spawn. Right. I want another summon 2 ghouls guy. Do I want a bunch of ghouls, or do I want Rot Spawn? Rot Spawn, when they die, have poison in a room, so 10 more scrap for that. Let's do that. Okay, so I don't have enough hotkeys. I'll just click on those then. Off topic, you're starting to think to try and make yourself some honeycomb. You're afraid you're gonna crew it up. I guess I mean screw it up, but how do you make honeycomb? I thought only bees could make honeycomb, or I guess any type of wasp, bee, whatever thing that, you know, collects stuff for their own food. Can you make artificial honeycomb? I guess that's probably a thing. That sounds like an interesting project, though. Alright, Imperial Assistance. 90 free scrap-a-diddly-doodle. Nice. Alright, free intruders. Conqueror. Okay. My anti-boarding party is not amazing. Probably do a heal to upgrade too. Alright, we got armor and a tool. Alright. Let's go heal over here. And let's use our heal on the room where this guy's sitting and try to heal him without him dodging. Very good. Alright, what do we got? Armor and a tool here. Alright. What does this armor give? Plus 20 HP. And this guy gives reduced enemy DPS. Okay, sure. You're going to drop the picture in. Honeycomb's a snack you can make out of honey, baking soda, sugar, and water. Oh, I think you might have showed me that picture before. Okay, so you're making that snack. Once done, you can either make it into crumbs for dessert or make it its own snack, even covered in chocolate. Should be relatively crunchy if done right. Well, nice. I hope your project goes well. That sounds like a tasty, fun project to work on. I want to do a baking stream to make these chocolate chip cookie brownies that a friend of mine brought to our cast party last week. That was really good, and she gave me the recipe. I want to do a baking stream to do that at some time in the near future. It only takes like 10 to 15 minutes if you do it right. Nice. Okay, we got Ender's Game here. 3 shields. And let's stun them from repairing. Beautiful. Let's get some borders on their ship. Double beam it up and hopefully get some good heals here. 1, 2 heals. Okay, not bad. More summons. Plus HP to all Death Cultist units. Oh, that's interesting. I actually do have a bunch of Death Cultist units, don't I? Alright, this can keep me from losing my Death Cultist units. That's probably worth. Do you have any open tool slots, though? I do have open tool slots to have more summons, but I think keeping my crew alive is going to be really nice. Ooh, and 90 scrap. So that's cool, RPG. Maybe when I do my baking stream, you can also do your honeycomb at the same time. We can channel each other's cooking and baking abilities to help each other successfully create our tasty creations. Systems. How many system slots do I have? 3 still. Okay. Alright. Siege Bombard. Maybe the Teleporter. What else would I want? Siege Bombard is the big one, though. Nice. There it is. Has repair speed to poison enemies. DPS to war units. HP to Imperial units. Okay. We'll buy this. And I think my offense is pretty much done. I don't really care about missiles. Okay. Oh, since I've been keeping you all up to date on my whole job search thing, so as the folks who know who were here yesterday, I applied to Target recently, and I had to like reach out to them because I needed to update my availability. But after I reached out and updated my availability, performance equipment systems, I got an interview. And I was like, all right, sweet, I got an interview. And then last night I got an email that said, your interview's ready. And I was like, what? And so basically, Target is like a Fortune 500 multinational corporation, which is probably why they can, you know, offer $15 an hour for even part-time workers that they're hiring. But it also means that they must outsource a lot of what they do. And so their interview was like a recorded digital thing where they had recorded questions, and I used my camera and microphone to record answers. So it was like a digital interview. So I did that last night. So hopefully my interview responses were good, and I will get either a real life interview or hired soon or something. Would be very nice. So that happened last night. Hopefully that goes well. What am I doing? I'm gonna take those shields here. You have another picture? What's this picture, RPG? Ooh, honeycomb with chocolate. Nice. That's the one I'd want. Anything with chocolate is the version I want. Alright, I want to remember to stun as you're trying to repair. A bit more time and we'll be interviewed by AI. Oh god. You're probably right about that, actually. It was actually kind of cool because, like, I didn't have to go in to do an interview. I just, you know, used my camera and microphone, which is pretty easy for me since I stream, and just record. You know, it was like took me 30 minutes to answer like 4 or 5, maybe 6 questions, and it was all generic, you know, new hire questions like, what skills and experience do you have that apply to this position, and if you have, what would you do if you have a, how do you deal with people that work from different perspectives, which I interpreted it as, how do you work with people that you don't get along with? And, you know, just kind of generic questions like that. So hopefully I had good enough answers that they'll actually hire me, so. Yeah, they're pre-made, generic, new hire questions. And what is your work style? You know, it's like just like the things that you ask at a very generic interview, or be asked at a very generic interview, is kind of how I describe the questions. Do you think ChatGPT will be the future of the world? And if you don't, you may want to shut off all your smart devices within the next 60 seconds. All right. Ion Tunneler, Storm Cannon, Siege Bombard. Okay. But you can tell that the questions weren't AI generated, or at least I don't think they were. What it seemed like to me were they were questions generated by like professional HR people. That's how I would interpret the questions that I answered. How does your experience prepare you for the position that you're applying for? They're also pretty generic in that, like, the position I'm applying for is like a part-time food and beverage department employee. And it doesn't ask, how does your experience apply to the food and beverage department? It was, how does your experience apply towards the position you're applying for? You know, so. Oh, that was the dino sounds. I didn't hear it. I didn't notice it. I'll try to listen for it. Must be the sounds for this zone. What's up, Halcyon? Happy Thursday, my friend. Okay. You have a missile. So one thing I remember saying about this game was that I didn't like, there's not a lot of counterplay to missiles, but it seems like I just hadn't figured out what the counterplay to missiles was. And I think what the counterplay to missiles is lances to instantly get missiles offline, or crew abilities to stop them from repairing or something. So I think I just haven't figured out what the counter to missiles was, and I think I'm slowly figuring that out. am using my Reaper Beam every time to try to get to full health. I'll probably stop using it once I get to full health, although we're one-shotting a lot of dudes while using it, so that's nice. Alright, getting closer to being back to full health. You're passing by, you have shared gaming with boyfriend. Have fun. Thank you. You also have fun. I hope you and your boyfriend have a good time with your gaming session. Alright. Photon Cannon 3 and Photon Beam, which don't charge very... I haven't been noticing if they do like FTL does, will they fire a beam before they fire the shot that breaks shields, or if they actually time their weapons better. I haven't been noticing that, so I need to like do that. Okay, so if I request more information and adjust course, I think I get a quest for a free weapon. If it's the same as before. Is it the same as before? Okay, it looks like it is. Okay, good. And last time I did this, I think I got a Photon 2, which is like a Storm 2. It's kind of like a Burst Laser Mark 2, which is very nice. Nice. Okay, dealt with him. He does have a missile that can do hull damage. Shoot that. Stunning won't really do anything. Should he use this ability first? Oh my gosh, he has double flak too. I mean, flak 1. Did he just... Oh, I thought my guy was one shot there for a second there. That would have been terrifying. Okay, we got a breach. Suffocation resistance. Go fix that. Husk and scrap metal, or, ooh, immune to suffocation. Let's be immune to suffocation on a guy. Who's got an armor slot? Perfect timing, right as we got breached. Crack Rock. Hey, Crack Rock. Jimmy Crack Rock, and I don't care. Go fix this. Did anyone here use Discord today? Because it's constantly losing connection for you for some reason. Your internet connection is fine. I have not used Discord today, so I do not have any insight on that. Sorry. Alright, what do I want to upgrade next? Probably start working on my Siege Bombard. Maybe doors and piloting too. How about even an extra engine? Why not? And heal bay. Alright, bunch of upgrades there. Nice. Not using Siege Bombard yet, but we absolutely will be using it eventually, so. Do you have a VPN RPG, Nerdos? Because I've been noticing on my streaming PC when my VPN is on that Streamlabs chat continuously disconnects and reconnects over and over. So I wonder if you have a VPN, if it could be that kind of issue or not. Okay. Decent free stuff, nothing crazy. Shields, okay. Gonna save my missiles, not use Hull Reaper right now, since I'm only missing 2 health, 74 scrap, very nice. You don't have to use a VPN. Okay, well then it's definitely not that. Everything else works fine. You can browse without lag. Okay, then that sounds like Discord's having issues. I mean, I have issues like that with Twitch sometimes, where things are slow to load, or I had a YouTube error yesterday where I clicked on YouTube videos and it said error loading player, and I've never had that happen before. And I did that on multiple videos I tried to watch, So I just shut down Chrome completely, reloaded Chrome, and then it started working. So I don't know. It feels like just things are forked sometimes. What do we got? Thunder cannon. Okay, he's got a lot of shots. Yeah, let's go through this. Very nice. So just hashtag blame Discord. That's what I would do. Okay, hashtag blamed YouTube yesterday. Any tool slots that are open? Yes. I'll hold off on putting that there because every time I seem to put a consumable that I want to keep for later on a crew, that crew dies and then I lose that consumable. Alright, I think this will be a free weapon. And I think it'll be a photon weapon. It is. It's a Photon Cannon Mark 1, though. Damn, the worst kind. I think the Photon Mark 3 is the one that's 2 power for 3 shots. It's 1 power for 1 shot. 1 hull damage, 50% chance to stun. I mean, is it better than this guy? No, this is 1 power for 2 shots to break shields, so... Yeah. Alright, do I have a store? I do. So do I want systems, modules, and crew, or do I want... ship armaments, equipment, and systems? My weapons are looking pretty badass, so let's go look at some modules. Trying to think what other systems I even want. Maybe boarding. There's boarding. Ship weapons that deal hull damage now break doors on impact. That's interesting. Death Cultist, I have that. Resting heals more HP. Meh. Death, and Machine Priest. I don't think I have any Machine Priests. I only have Machine Slaves, right? Ah, Flux Priests are Machine Priests. Okay. I think I still want NG for fast repairs. And wow, an engineer is only 20 scrap. Freaking cheap, man. NG on doors. We have a silly device. What's up, Meow? Did you just get here? Wow, you're late. You're late for a very important date. Silly device. Welcome aboard. Well, my S didn't work. S. Wow. I had to press that like 4 times for the S to work. That I don't think is my keyboard. That feels like it's this game. Just when I'm trying to do shift letters, it doesn't work sometimes. It's weird. What else you got here? Launch bay. I can get 4-man launch bay potentially. Have that as an option. Oh, the psychic that stuns is also having another source of stun is not bad. Could do the like making crew. Oh, I could summon 5 ghouls. I could summon 10 ghouls. Oh my gosh. Can I actually buy both these? 140. Holy crap. We are going to summon so many ghouls on our enemies. They are going to be overwhelmed with ghouls. I'm kind of overwhelmed with how many ability dudes I have right now. Let's see where they are. They're here. Keep both of those abilities, I think. We are going to summon so many death dudes. It's going to be awesome. Actually, I'll probably keep your teleport, so let's move you down here. And move you back up here. There we go. Okay. An army of ghouls. Just call me the necromancer. Although that's what I think these guys are called. Necromancer and greater necromancers. Investigate. 47 scrap. Okay. Investigate the ship. 90 free scrap. Okay. Gotta love free stuff, baby. My favorite type of stuff. Nothing of value. Okay. How are you doing, Anklebane? Happy Thursday. Death Cult Sector. Well, I got Death Cultists of my own. Hopefully I can stop you guys from spawning crew by me spawning crew on your ship that will distract you. I already am at a bone shrine. More crew or... Gosh, my weapons are like maxed. I guess Psychomancy. Do I have Psychomancy slots on any of my crew? Armor slots. Actually, I don't have weapons, so I do have some Psychomancy slots. Alright, is there something with equipment and Psychomancy? Consumables. Alright, well that one's got Psychomancy. I actually need equipment now, yeah. Yeah, okay. So we'll go for that one. Proof sensors. Track the enemy. Alright, it's a bunch of corpulents. Okay. With missiles somehow. Corpulents with missiles and 4 shields. I am pre-ignited though, so... Okay, pretty good damage. Alright, let's do... focus the shields. Let's summon a bunch of frickin' zombies on their ship. See how they deal with that. They stun me and stop my summoning. That sucks. Stun them. I didn't get the missile down. Jesus. How do I have no shields right now? I have no idea. Alright, we'll get wrecked. Surprised my zombies appear. The fight ends. And these guys, Death Cultists, are immune to poison, so that's nice as they fix that. I didn't save your positions. Let's save your positions there. Okay. Alright, you move on. There's a decaying outpost that nothing happens. Cool. Cool story, bro. Alright, Death Knight. Another missile. Oh, double burst laser 2s. Okay. A little terrifying. Okay, let's see if we can get the missile first, and then we'll go for the double burst laser 2 shenanigans. Stop this. Maybe if I like do all these summons, it's gonna like get them to be distracted and not fire at my ship as they're trying to stop me from hitting them with all of my summon zombies. Nice. Get stunned, bros. Nice. Deleted. Deleted. Plasma projectile. I could use a weapon. I can't really use a bomb. Attacks damage all nearby enemies. Let's give that to who's my highest DPS. Took 4. So my assault cyborg, you're the one I'm usually using to fight enemies. Let's give that to you. They would be immune to iocane powder. Iocane powder, I bet my life on it. Why would they? Are they from Sicilian. Never go up against the Sicilian when death is on the line. Is that why they're immune to iocane? Or because it's poison? I guess because it's poison, they're immune to poison. That's probably what you mean. Death Cult Necromancer. Convene with the cultists. Oh, we just got a psychic ability to summon another dude. Okay. Alright, Greater Necromancer can already summon a dude, but sure, more summons. Alright, nice. Nice Princess Bride reference, Taters, I like it. Yeah, what do we got here? 2 projectiles, fear, fireball. More ghoul summons. I already have Purify. Yeah, grab one, maybe 2 of those so I can get some heals if we need to. Man, do I get even more frickin' Necromancers? God, there's gonna be so many summons, I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to use them all. I will get this guy that's got a weapon. Alright. I really am going to be summoning an undead army. This is crazy. I don't think I've ever had this many summon abilities at the same time before. I do want equipment. I want to go up there for equipment. Power. Alright. I kind of want to get in a fight where it's an easy fight and just summon all my dudes and see how they react to it. Manually tune my sensors. Alright, that does not look like an easy fight. Although his storm cannon is not ideal, so maybe I will try this. If I get this offline. Storm cannon down. Alright. Let's do nothing but just summon a crap ton of units on their ship and see and watch the chaos. Watch the chaos unfold. Can I stun this guy before he mind controls me? Tried. Alright, well, we'll purify that then. Purify. Yeah, I'm learning, Chad. I'm learning. Nope, he tried to control another one and we're immune to it. Or he missed me, or... Yeah, the Purify works. Nice. Alright, we have overwhelmed his ship with zombies. Wait, I thought he only had 2 Blood Knights. He has 3 Blood Knights? Jeez. Alright, well, his weapons are broken. He can't really do anything to me. But I don't think all these zombies are enough for a bajillion Blood Knights, to be honest. Alright. Because he had a bajillion... What were those things called? Like, tentacle monster thingies. Alright, we need a better fight to overwhelm them with crew. Basically, we need somebody who's not already overwhelmed with their own crew. Okay. Wow, I don't know... I want the loots. Damn, okay, that didn't work. Okay, recall. Swamp them out. So if I get double there, will it get in time? Perfect. Ooh, another photon beam too. Nice. Alright, what has he got? He's got a missile and pretty darn good weapons, to be honest. this guy. Missile went off, damn. One shot? Damn, not quite a one shot. This I think will finish him though. Damn, you're taking some damage, man. I needed to turn on my shield recharger. I guess I didn't notice his burst laser Mark II Storm 3 whatever fired 6 shots at me. In a Canadian accent. Ah, geez, no, the Blood Knight, not the Blood Knights, eh? I don't know how to do a Canadian accent, actually, I guess. Well, we are full up on stuff. Yeah, I need to sell some stuff. I could upgrade my shields. 3 intruders. Yikes, they want to cast blood projectiles on me. And we got armor for that. Do I have any slots? I should. I got so many crew. Yeah. Silly device, have some extra HP. What's up, Bobcorns? Hopefully the Void Wars have been treating me well. So far, I've had a pretty good run, yeah. I might as well do the heal here. I don't really need an extra slave. Pretty good on munitions. My people are max health, so let's go ahead and just do the repair. Max health since my beam is not proccing quite as much as I would like. And I want to go up here for equipment. I'd like to get my crew equipped with good gear. All of the charging. Get stunned. Get shields. Got the storm cannon offline. He interrupted one of my dudes. No, don't interrupt my dudes. Poison, you're immune. You are not immune. Get one shot, bro. 96 scrap. Beat a miss. Ion cane powder? Inconceivable! Well, you did kind of combine 2 different quotes there. Those are never used in the same line, but you did get the right character, so I'll give it to you. You keep using that word. I don't think it means what you think it means. Alright, he's got loots there. And we have the loots. He has a toxic gas missile that actually does 2 damage. I don't know that I want to summon every fight because it's so much micro and they're usually dead before the summon does anything, so I will try to stun these guys from using their abilities if I can. I've stopped one of them at least. Okay, you're immune to poison, you are not. More projectiles incoming. Turn our shield charger on. Oh, we just got boarded. Fire Rot Spawn, that will cause a bunch of poison. Inferno Beam, Fire Beam, or Armor. I got so many good weapons, I think I'd have to trash something to take that. So we take the Exoskeleton. You are immune to suffocation, but not poison, so I'll have to... Here, let's do this. Purify, heal you, turn our heal. Frickin' dodged my heal, you piece of stupid, fiend, uncontrollable crap. Frickin' uncontrollable crew, so annoying. Alright, I should have these guys in different rooms so that they don't get interrupted there. That's such a good movie, and the book is even better. I've never actually read the Princess Bride book. I really should read that at some point. I pride myself on being a reader, and I've never actually read the book for one of the best movies of all time. Suffocation resistance. Okay, I should give that to Silly Device, because that'll make him immune to suffocation. And you can have some extra HP. He didn't fall? Inconceivable! That's right. That's one of the best lines. You keep using that word. I do not think it means what you think it means. I only dog pedal. Don't swim. Okay, what do we got here? Lots of shots. You just remembered the guy that plays Mr. Inconceivable also voices the T-Rex in Toy Story. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. He does, doesn't he? I don't remember that actor's name. If Shogi was here, he could tell us that actor's name, I'm sure. One of those actors with one very famous role. And not a lot of other credits to his name. Wallace Shawn. Scott knows the name. Nice. I definitely did not know that guy's name. Alright, you're immune to poison. You are not. Grand Nagus Zek. That sounds like a character from World of Warcraft. He's in Young Sheldon. He plays one of Sheldon's mentors. Oh, is he really? That's cool. That's cool. I'm glad he's still getting jobs. I have 480 scrap. Buy out all the crew, probably. He was in Star Trek Deep Space Nine? Was he? Huh. What character was he in Star Trek Deep Space Nine? Weapon, armor, weapon. Machine slaves. He played a Ferengi, huh? Oh, he played Grand Nagus Zek. Oh, okay. Okay. I did not realize that. Alright, I will get you. Sell you. I don't think I'm ever using a second beam. Am I ever going to use this flak? Maybe. I don't think I'm ever using that ion lance again. Alright, how many weapon slots do we have for all of our crew? Saw an armor slot. Is there armor for sale? Yes. Immune to poison armor. That's nice. It's a pretty crappy piece of armor right there, so... It's a weapon slot. So there's one weapon, two... Okay, I need to give... Not the Necromancer, the poison resistance. 1 second. Okay. You can be immune to poison. Necromancer have 20 extra HP. 3, 4. So see like 4 weapon slots. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And I don't know if I saw any other armor slots actually. Death Knight. What's my best weapon? guy. Small rooms. That's our main dude. He's usually in a single room. The piloting, fighting. Okay, do I have any other open armor slots? I think we're all geared up except for tools. Another weapon slot. Okay. Alright. Alright, cool. Unless I wanted to get a machine slave combat husk or a servo husk. Which I could, but we have so many crew. I have so much scrap. Probably just get my shields upgraded, honestly. And maybe I don't want to spend all my scrap yet. His character in Star Trek Deep Space Nine was easily recognizable by the voice. Yeah, I bet it was. I bet it was. Okay, we got loots. And crap for weapons. 4 shields should make this pretty much safe. 3 DPS. So this guy, enemy DPS cannot exceed 3. We are not winning this. Okay, so let's stun them while I attack him. Oh, it's poisoned in there. He just drained us too. Frickin' hell, are you shitting me? Okay, well I can like perma-stun them, I think. As soon as we kill a guy, we get the loot. That's all I want from there. There's the loot. There it is. Give me the loots. Blasted. Alright, very nice. Got our loots. Apparently, if something's hotkeyed, you can't use it when you're not on the page. I pressed R to heal while on this page, and even though this ability is hotkeyed on R, I can't use it when I'm on this page of dudes. Another thing about the crew hotkeys I don't love about this game. Okay. I don't know, let's see if we can get our first like 2-hour win in on Void War. And this run is going swimmingly. I just jinxed it probably. Systems, modules, crew and psychomancy. Alright, we got scrap, and I'm probably going to sell this. Well, unless there's a certain module, I'm going to sell this flak too. Is this the one? We're immune in the first 25 seconds. That's nice. Door break speed. If I actually used my launch bay, that could be very good. Do I want to use my launch bay? Or do I want to be immune to damage first 25 seconds of combat? Assault sleds fired from launch bay deal 15 to 50 damage to enemy crew in target room. I do have a launch bay, and if I were to upgrade this and board, who would I board with? Not my healing guy. Board with this Imperial recruit. I want to board with a guy who's not going to be using abilities. Feels like it'd have to be my pilot, honestly. This husk has some extra health, so let's board with that husk. Alright, so I'm going to set up those guys to board. And then I'm going to buy the thing that if I board in a room, it'll do crew damage to the crew in that room. We're getting rid of the heat shielding. Immunity damage is nice, but I don't think I'll need it as much. Another Purify. More summons. I have so many summons. I mean, sure, let's get more summons. Why not? Okay. Anything else I care about here? We're full healed. Okay. What do we got here? I want to upgrade my launch bay and my siege bombard and all of the power. You declare this war void and null. Alright. What's up, Zach Dog? Thanks for that. Thanks for declaring it as such. Alright, he's got a flak too. Let's practice boarding with all of our dudes. Every room gets borders. Work on the shields there. Very nice. Congratulations, you are a breeding ground for rot spawn. Enjoy. Oh, nice. They just destroyed a system and it destroyed the ship. The war is quite devoid. Okay, alright. Feels like we're stretching for the puns, but you know, I'm sure Pieboy over here, he would approve. Final power. Upgrade that. Dodge, I probably want to get. Okay. You're trying. You are trying. You get an E for effort. All right. You do have hull damage weapon, a Retributor 3, 2 power for 3 shots. Okay. Bunch projectiles. Okay. Hit the missile first. Work on the shields. Stun that. Okay. Okay. You're doing that fire. So apparently there's a firing room that doesn't interrupt their ability. That's pretty cool to know. Okay. He still has 3 shields up. I feel like what my ship is not actually good at is keeping shield system down, although maybe I just didn't aim at his shields well. I'm not using my siege bombard too, which I should be. I really want to do max damage, but I'm saving my projectiles. Saving my missiles, I should say. A weapon or an armor? I think I have weapon slots, right? Pretty sure I do. Yeah, I definitely have weapon slots. Okay. Imperial Recruit Zagra. You need a weapon. I'm boarding with you. You. Okay. And actually, I should give you one of the tools that reduces the damage in the room. I'm pretty sure I have some of those. Yes. Oh wait, am I boarding with Zurong? No, I'm not. Okay. That'll work. Alright, not great loots, to be honest. This playthrough reminds you of a D&D Druid playthrough. You maxed summoning stuff, could have literally 40 plus rats or other creatures, and it took forever. What, to like give them all commands or something? That's hilarious. That's really funny. Yes, it takes me forever to summon all my units too, that's for sure. Okay, so use lot 2 still up. If I fire everything at weapons, hopefully it won't be. You know what? Let's go ahead and turn on my siege bombard here. We got a lot of missiles. Should be enough for the playthrough. Your DM hated you, but you brought a whole bag full of plastic animals to put on the map. It sounds like a good time. I can understand your DM hating you though, but it sounds like a good time. If I max out on power, I maxed out on power. I don't need any repairs. I don't think another husk is going to do me a lot of good. I have another summon guy that I'm currently not using. Death Knight has the ability to start poison in a room. Okay. So max out my shield thingy. Actually, let's get one more dodge. I don't really have the power for it. Do a lot of power micro. I need to remember to depower heavy lance once I fired the 2 shots. That'll give me 2 more power to play with in other systems. Okay. Empty jump is empty. Okay, 1 shot, a beam, 2 shots, and an ion. Okay. Well, I don't need all these. I'm doing it anyway. Poison, you're immune, you're immune, you're immune. We have a lot of people immune to poison on our ship. That's nice. Because that's the bonus of playing as with a bunch of death crew. Immunity to poison is the perk. You are not immune, though. And you are not immune to poison either. Okay, let's wait for the poison to wear off. We're going into the boss fight next. So we'll be ready to go. Everybody at full health. Everything equipped. And speaking of everything equipped, let's get our heal things available. Death Knight could use a tool to keep people from doing as much damage to you. I think I have another one of those tools somewhere. Yes. Death Knight. Heal. Grab that. Alright, everything is ready to go. Try to overwhelm him with borders and stuff as soon as we start the fight, I think. I have 130 scraps, so I can go weapon value point, which I don't think I need because our lance is basically our weapon value point. So maybe terror amplifier value, shield charger. All right, seems good. All right, let's do this. See if we destroy this, whatever version of the Vault of Souls this is. Oh, it's the blood guys. Okay. 3-shot ion, 5-shot volley. Okay. High breach chance. What are those things? I don't know what those are. So I think what I want to do is start by trying to get a shield down. So I can get him in his shields and then stun the shields and then board in the shields. We could do a really cool combo here to start. Because the launch sled will do damage when it hits here. Beautiful. Great start. Did I already stun them? I don't know if I stunned them, but I'm going to stun them now. Let's load up the Siege Bombard. Shoot like their blood brawl making thing. And let's start summoning all of the crew. Let's do this one in a big room. This one here. One here. This one here. This one here. I have others. This one here. We don't need a teleport yet. Okay. Good start. All the abilities. Stunning them while I kill them all. Okay, some of these guys, I don't want them to actually die. So let's get them to get healed. This guy took like no damage, apparently. Okay, one of my guys did get interrupted. Sad times. That thing will stun. If I auto-fire this thing to stun, they'll like hopefully never get their shields repaired. At least not for the beginning of the fight. Shot there. Okay, I need my shield recharger right now. There's a 5-shot thing coming through. Get our guys healing. Mind control, purify. Okay. Heavy lance is done, so we swap that out for some power. Okay. Very good. I can reboard soon if I need to. Do I need to reboard? Not yet. I might reboard once the second phase starts. There's second phase. Intruders detected. This guy can ignore. This guy is attacking my system. Damn, he interrupted my dude here. One of my abilities was interrupted. No fun. Okay. And all this crap got fixed, which is kind of BS, but that's okay. Can reboard once we kill all the dudes here. Let's reboard now. And if I board here, it'll do a bunch of damage to the crew in that room. Nice. And let's stun in that room. That might be a little bit of a waste. Good dodges. Okay, very good. He's almost out of crew. Once he runs out of crew, that's when... Actually, it's good for us if he spawned his own abyssal worms, because that means he won't spawn the demon heart or whatever, I think. Alright, we have resummons we can get going. Looking good. We've taken 0 damage, or if we've taken any damage, we instantly hold repaired it. Okay, as soon as we kill shields, we got stunned by something. Did I stun my own dudes? I didn't think you could do that. Let's recall. So I think we're about to kill him, actually. And I will not kill my own crew for once. Probably a 4-room hit with this if I just place it right. There we go. Is that GG? There it is! GG cookie time! The Fieldpiercer victory, unlocking the Flesh Tyrant. Right at 2 hours. I think that's our first 2-hour victory in Void War. We're getting faster, or we were just really strong on this ship. Alright, very nice run. It really does seem like the more crew you have, the more abilities you can spam, the stronger your run is. Because if there's no limit to how many crew you can have, then there's kind of no limit to the amount of abilities you can spam at the enemy. It's pretty insane. Pretty crazy. Not a crazy high score, 5803. I'm going to attribute that to the fact we only had 1 exclusion zone. But alright, my friends, good run. Good run. Unlocked another ship. Have a cookie to celebrate that one. I'm going to stand up, stretch, use your restroom, take a break. Maybe a little bit longer break because I had a call that I've got to see if there's actually a message from any of the target stuff. But y'all enjoy chair or ad time. Have a cookie. When we come back, we will do another ship unless I have something else I have to do. But I'll let y'all know. See you in just a bit, my friends.